Am I in a relationship? The whole plan for my life, and then life said, haha, no. Tips on starting a booktube or booktok. Okay, just finished the workout. See these guns? Guns of steel. But yeah, I feel really good because I haven't really worked out at all. So, and it was only like a 20-minute video, but I feel like I have to work up my endurance because I'm literally gasping for air. Yeah, so if you needed a sign to like just move your body in whatever way feels good to you. But yeah, I'm gonna go get into my PJs. We're gonna get this little night routine started now. All right, so let's go wash up for bed. Do a little skincare routine. Also, I have this 5-minute journal, so I'll probably fill that out too. Yeah, some things I like to do. 5-minute journal, still out of breath. I like to do my skincare. That's like a little me time in itself. I usually watch YouTube. That always makes me feel like inspired when I watch YouTubers that inspire me. And then also I live on Pinterest, like making Pinterest boards every single day, looking at it every single day, adding to it every single day. Because it just like keeps me inspired and motivated. I don't know, I just love it. So probably gonna do that too tonight. So for face wash, I use the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around, but there's something about.
Onto the skincare. I like using this Laneige. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Also, I totally forgot to film an intro for this, but hi, welcome to a night routine with me. Just chilling, doing the night routine things, and yes. Hopefully it's enjoyable to you. And just like, hope you have the sweetest dreams tonight. Rainbows and butterflies and sunshine. And just know that all your dreams are gonna come true. So sleep well, dream well, and know that you can achieve anything you want. I love using this. I really wish I knew how to say it. I'm actually gonna look it up because it's gonna bother me now. Laneige. Is it Laneige?
Laneige.
Laneige. So I like using the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And it just obviously moisturizes your lips, but they make it just feel so nourished and moisturized. Next, so I love this Paula's Choice exfoliating liquid exfoliant, and I know a lot of people use like cotton pads with it, but sometimes I just get too lazy to go find a cotton pad, so I just use my fingers, which is what we're gonna be doing right now. And I just kind of like spot treat the areas where I have pimples, like over here. And I just kind of put it, I really just put it everywhere. And my God. And then next, oh my God, what is happening? I keep dropping things. I also have 2 empty water bottles in my room. I need to clean my room so bad. That'll be another video. This is an eye cream that my mom got, so I'm borrowing it because I do not own an eye cream, but I felt like, why not, you know? It is vitamin C and collagen brightening and firming eye cream, which my under eyes are actually like maybe my biggest insecurity when it comes to my skincare, because I feel like I'm not used to going out of the house without makeup, mainly due to my under eyes, I feel. They're just kind of like sunken, and I don't know what to do about that. But also I feel like we look at ourselves every day, so of course we're gonna like nitpick at the little things, but you really are so beautiful. I feel like a lot of times we don't fully realize it because we see ourselves every day, so obviously we're gonna like nitpick at the little things and not like see the whole, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I guess my point is, you are always harder on yourself than anyone else would be, and you're like your own worst critic when you should be like your biggest cheerleader. So just know that sometimes your thoughts aren't true. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Midnight Recovery Concentrate. I got this a while ago when I had a Sephora gift card, and I don't know exactly what this stuff does, but I'm really running low on it. If anything, it's a fun skincare part of my skincare routine. And then the last step of the skincare routine is this CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizer. I love CeraVe so much. It's really my go-to for like AM, PM, face wash. Like I just love their products. I just love moisturizing my face. It just is so relaxing to me. That's really all the skincare that I do. Next, I'm going to fill out my 5-minute journal because there's like a morning portion, and then you fill out like later in the day. It like prompts you to give like a highlight of the day and what you learned today. So for the morning, like it gives you like a positive quote, and I just feel like this really helps like get me in a good headspace for the day. And it literally only takes obviously 5 minutes, but I just really like it. I think I talked about it before in a video, but I don't know, I just really believe in doing little things and incorporating little habits that really do make you feel good about yourself and make you feel in a better, more positive headspace. Because a lot of times, like when I fall into ruts, it's because I'm not doing those little daily things that make me feel better, and then I'm like, oh, why am I feeling off? And then I'm like, you cutie little dummy, you've not been doing any of the things that make you feel good, and then you're wondering why you're not feeling good. So lately I've been doing like these positive daily things and incorporating good habits, and it just really helps. Yeah, I don't know how long this video is gonna be because I really don't do too much as far as my night routine. It was really just, what did we do? Working out, skincare, and now reading. I'm reading Binding 13, which is part of my booktubers choose what I read for a week video. I'm really excited to read this because I have just heard so many good things about it, and Steph Boher and Larissa both recommended this book to me, so I feel like it's gotta be good because I feel like we have similar tastes in books. Actually, you know what we could do? I actually had questions from you guys, so maybe I'll answer your questions and we could do a little chat. Okay, so the first question is favorite book you've ever read. Which, girl, you want me to choose? That's like choosing between my like favorite children. Oh my gosh. I think I might say A Court of Mist and Fury, just because like it hit at the right time, and when I first read it, it really just like made me feel all the feels. Fantasy romance has always been like my favorite genre, so I feel like it's just like the perfect fantasy romance. It has like character development and good action and good romance. And like a strong female lead, so I feel like A Court of Mist and Fury would probably be maybe my favorite book that I've ever read. Am I in a relationship? No, actually, I've never been in a relationship. I've never even been close to being in one. For 24 years, going strong. But like I always say, that's totally fine, and everyone's on their own timeline. That's so okay, and it's so okay to just enjoy your life and let your story play out in a way that is unique to you. What is your major? I am in grad school. I'm in my second year of grad school. I graduate in December, actually, so that's super exciting, and I'm super nervous about like actually being a real adult with a real adult job, like scary. But I'm in grad school for speech pathology, so I'm studying to be a speech language pathologist. Another question, what made you want to get into speech therapy? So I actually like had no clue about the field. I mean, my older sister had it. I found out that my older sister used to go to a speech therapist when she was younger. I didn't really know too much about it until college, where I literally went in as a pre-physician assistant bio major. I had all my classes scheduled out that I was going to take my 4 years. I had a whole plan. You know me, I love to do lists, so I had like a whole plan for my life, and then life said, haha, no. And I realized as soon as I took chemistry, I think that was the point where I was like, you know what, maybe this is not for me. I just like did not find myself enjoying it, and I was like, okay, if I don't enjoy learning about, and I know like not enjoying, but I feel like if I'm not at least like interested or like somewhat enjoying what I'm learning about, then like maybe it's not the right thing for me. And I just like was at a point where I felt so confused about what I wanted to do, and I felt so much pressure to feel like I had to have it all figured out, when it's like so silly because you really don't, and no one really knows what they're doing ever at all in life. And like I feel like especially in college, there's so much pressure to feel like you have a plan and like you have it all figured out, but it's so okay to like change your mind and just like go into one thing and then decide you want to switch to something else, or go into one thing and try different things until you find what you like. Like it's so okay to do that. And so I went from being like a bio major and then considering education, and the college that I went to, it was a pathology and audiology major, like all combined into one. So my roommate was actually an audiology major, so like I was kind of like introduced through that way, like just looking at the different majors, and then she had insight into like that a little bit. So then like I was like, oh, maybe I would like speech pathology, because it kind of combined like a little bit of the science and education and communication, which have always been like my interests, and I also love working with kids. So the idea of like doing that down the road was like really intriguing to me. So when I ended up like taking classes for speech therapy, I just ended up falling in love with it. I started applying this semester. I'm so nervous. Yeah, grad school applications can be really nerve-wracking, and I know it's like just like that period of time is just like can be so stressful, and I just want to say like it's all gonna be okay, and as much as you can, do not stress it. Like do your best, do your research about applications, and like making sure that you know you're putting your best foot forward, I guess. But really like as much as you can, like practice some self-care, you know, do the self-care things, and just know that wherever you end up is where you're gonna end up, and to not put so much pressure on yourself, that it's all gonna be fine. And when you enter grad school, like it's really not as scary as like I thought it was gonna be before going into it. Like it's really, you know, you end up managing it, and it's great having a support system. Like my cohort has a group chat and we go to dinners, and it's just like so nice having that support system too, of people who are studying the same thing you are, going through the same things that you are, and you can vent to them, and it's just so nice having that kind of support system. And I feel like my grad school experience would have been so different without that, so I really am grateful that I have that. So even if it feels awkward at first, like starting a group chat with your cohort, even like orientation first day, be that person and do it, because like it was just so nice having that starting out. How are you doing? What's your favorite read of this year so far? I'm good. How are you doing? DM me. Let me know. I love chatting with you guys. So my favorite read of this year so far would probably be The Fourth Wing. I know everyone talks about that book and it's probably so overhyped, but I really genuinely love that book. It had fantasy romance, it had freaking dragons. What are your favorite shows, movies? So my comfort shows are definitely Friends, New Girl, maybe Gilmore Girls too. I was definitely Team Jess. Oh my god, why am I forgetting everything I've ever watched ever? I love watching Love Island with my friends, with my mom. Love Love Island. UK, obviously. Favorite movies? Goonies, Princess Bride, or like some oldies that I'll always watch. I'm so sorry, I like cannot think of anything I've ever watched ever, and I'm blanking. I'm so sorry, but yeah, those are like definitely maybe my top that that I watch. What is your favorite format to read? Kindle, paperback, hardcover, or phone? I feel like I end up reading faster on my phone. I don't know why that is, but I feel like whenever I read a book on my phone, on like the Kindle app on my phone, I just always end up reading faster. But there's nothing, absolutely nothing, like holding a paperback in your hand, smelling the smells of a fresh book. There's just nothing like it. Nothing compares. So that's definitely, paperback is my favorite. What is a book that got you out of a slump? Archer's Voice was one of them. The Inheritance Game series was another. And I think A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think those three like really got me out of a book slump because they're like fairly easy to read. They really draw you in. And yeah, I really like those three. I would definitely recommend. I love your content. Have a great day. Aw, thank you. You too. I hope you have the best day. I hope you have all the best days ever. I hope all your days are the best. Current read, Binding 13. Do you like sci-fi books? I haven't read a lot of sci-fi books. Really the only sci-fi books I've read are like more YA, romancy sci-fi books. The Lunar Chronicles, I don't know if you would classify them as sci-fi books, but Starflight and the Lunar Chronicles I feel like are the two books that have come close to sci-fi, I would say. Tips on starting a booktube or booktok. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't get in your head about, oh my god, what's other people gonna think? Oh my god, what if it's not good enough? Just do it. Post it. It's so much fun. And if you have fun doing it, do whatever the heck you want. And the thing is, whenever you start something, just know in your head, it's probably not going to be good. It's probably not going to be the best, but you have to get over that hump of like finding your style with things and, you know, discovering how to edit, how to, you know, take pictures, how to pose, or do whatever, and like finding your own way of doing things. But that's only going to happen. You can only get good at something if you let yourself start. So just go for it. Just do it. Like I know it's not like great advice, but I'm hoping it's like okay advice. Like really just start and you'll find your way, I promise. Like as you go along and as you keep doing it, you're gonna find your flow with it. And also like looking at other people for inspiration, booktubers, booktokers that I love, like that inspire me too. But also just like going off of like my own interests and what I enjoy talking about and what kind of videos I enjoy making, and just doing whatever makes me happy and making the content that makes me happy. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Your top 3 5-star reads. I actually made a whole video. I don't know when that's gonna go up or if it's gonna go before this or after this, but I made a whole video of all my 5-star reads. My top 3. That is a tricky one. Again, it's like choosing between like my babies. I would have to say Throne of Glass and A Court of Mist and Fury are definitely up there. Like they have to be. Those series just like are just so amazing. I have so many good 5-star reads. This is so hard. I can't choose. Top 3 in fantasy: A Court of Mist and Fury, Throne of Glass, and Fourth Wing. Top 3 5-star reads in romance: maybe Beach Read, Love in Other Words, and Addicted to You. Top 3 mystery/thriller: The Inheritance Games, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I know I kind of cheated with my answer there, but yes. What or who inspired you to make a YouTube channel? So it's so funny. I started making YouTube videos when I was in early, like probably my first year of high school. And I, you know, used to have an Instagram account, and I had so many different Instagram accounts like throughout the years, and, you know, YouTube channels and videos that I hope never see the light of day because they were just so bad looking back at them. I've been like making content. I've always been interested in YouTube since watching like Bethany Moda and like being inspired by that. So I've always wanted to, and I remember starting, but then like getting in my head about it and letting self-doubt like, oh my god, this is stupid, and then deleting everything, like privating everything. I always think to myself, oh my god, I wonder what would have happened if I just like I wonder what would have happened if I didn't give up, you know what I mean? And if I just kept going with it. But the thing with that is I feel like everything happens in the right time, and I feel like I'm making content right now in like the best place that I've been, and I'm really just like genuinely enjoying making content, and I feel really good about it. So I feel like it happened at the right time, and hopefully whatever comes of it comes for it. And yeah, I'm just really happy with the content that I make now, and I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, so I'm really proud of myself for kind of sticking with it. What keeps you staying positive in your daily life? Kind of like what I mentioned before, like just these little like daily habits that kind of keep you in the right headspace are really helpful to me. But that's not to say that I like don't deal with negativity at all, or like self-doubt or insecurity, and like, you know, all of those things too. But it's just like knowing that it's not, I guess, like not putting so much power to it if I have a negative thought or emotion, and just like telling myself, okay, I feel this way right now, but that's not like it doesn't have to mean anything about me. It doesn't have to, oh, this is who I am. No, this is how I'm feeling right now, and it's a moment that's gonna pass, you know what I mean? And I think that kind of helps me sometimes, like to stay positive, to know that like there are so many exciting things ahead. No, okay, maybe I have this thought, maybe I feel ugly right now, but I'm not ugly, and I know that, and I'm feeling that in a moment, and it's gonna pass. Oh, I feel really down about my life. Oh, that's a moment, things are gonna get better. And just like fighting with those negative thoughts and saying, oh, no, that doesn't have to be true. I don't have to accept that. I guess it's just a habit of like positive thinking that, you know, becomes a habit, I guess. I don't know. How do you balance grad school and life? Girl, if I knew. Yeah, I get stressed out easily, and to-do list really like keep me going. Like, it's actually funny what I put on my to-do list. Like, I'll literally have like eat dinner, shower, homework, answer this one email. Like, I literally have super specific to-do lists, and it's actually so funny because it's like, I don't think I would forget that, but it just, for some reason, it just feels better in my brain to like have literally everything down on a to-do list, and it just makes my brain happy that way, I guess. So yeah, I feel like that's the biggest thing that helps me when, you know, managing it all, is just like having a bunch of to-do lists and like keeping everything organized. It's never going to be a perfect balance. Like, there are some moments in my life where school is more the priority, or, well, obviously school is a priority, but you know what I mean? Like, there's, in different phases of your life, you're never going to have perfect balance all around. Like, sometimes, okay, my social life is slacking a little bit, but I'm really working hard in this season. Or there'll be certain seasons where, okay, maybe I'm not, you know, working so hard, but then my social life, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's hard to find like a perfect balance, but you do your best. What is your favorite thing about reading? Oh my gosh, there's so many things I love about reading. I've always just loved, for one, like the power of words. Like, when you read a line that like just really touches you and pulls at your heartstrings, and it has like so much power. Like, I love those lines. There's just nothing like it. The way that it could like make us feel such strong emotions and change our mindsets. Just the whole act of like reading words on a paper, and I'm seeing this movie in my head and getting attached to these characters. It's just so beautiful and magical to me. I just love it so much. You know, that's especially why I love like the booktok and booktube community, because reading is such like an isolated kind of hobby, where I love that like booktok and booktube bring like that community aspect to it, where we can like just share about what we're reading and like fangirl over, you know, and just like chat about books and get excited about books. And I just love that so much. I don't know, it's just so wholesome, and I just love it so much. Another thing I love about reading is I could have the same book, read it once, months down the line, I could take it as like not a whole completely different book, but you interpret it in different ways. So like, that's also another thing that I love about reading too, is I can read one book and then read it again later in life, and different things hit for me, and I interpret it differently, and I see the characters in my head differently, and it's just so amazing and so cool. Who are your favorite booktubers? Oh my gosh, I have so many, and I always love finding like new booktubers and new bookstagrammers and booktalkers. So if you have any of your favorites, leave them down below. I'd love to check them out. Some of my top favorites: trio, Haley Pham, Destiny Sidwell, and Sarah Crowley, Larry Reads, Lauren's Reading Corner, Heather McLary, Alexa, Steph Boher, obviously. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm forgetting, but yeah, those are definitely like my top 8 that I love to watch. They just like bring me so much comfort when I'm watching booktube. It's my favorite thing. What is your favorite What is your fave Taylor Jenkins Reid book? So I've actually never read a Taylor, I'm so sorry if I'm like butchering her name, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've never actually read a book of hers. So if you have any recs for like where should I start, like what book should I read of hers, let me know down below, because I really would like to. I've heard so many good things about her books, so I really want to start, but I have no idea what to read first. Books that got you into reading. I've been reading for so long, it's so hard to choose, but oh my gosh, when I was younger, I was reading like Twilight. The Hunger Games were probably like the big ones that got me into reading. Divergent, and then I started to get into like Throne of Glass, and then I read like historical romances, and I started getting into that, and then just romance books, fantasy romance, and like oh my god, The City of Bones, Mortal Instruments. That was probably like, that might have been my first fantasy romance realm, but I loved The City of Bones. Yeah, those were some of my favorites. My favorite trope. Ooh, okay. Enemies to lovers, I love. Friends to lovers, I also love. Movie star trope, one bed trope, forced proximity. Like, I've never met a trope I didn't like, to be honest. Except, what tropes? Maybe it's easier if I think of the tropes I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of billionaire romances. I don't know why. It's just like not, I don't know. I mean, I also haven't read a lot of billionaire romances. No, okay, not billionaire, mafia romances. I haven't read a lot of mafia romances, but I feel like it's not necessarily my thing. Love a good bodyguard romance. Not a fan of bully romances, but I did kind of love Zodiac Academy. And also Troll Prince is a little bit of a bully romance trope. He literally like drowns her and like kicks dirt in her food. But I'm like, it's just like a little, like, it's love. What was I even saying? I forgot. Anyway, yes, love all the tropes. What's your go-to Starbucks coffee drink? I love an iced brown sugar shaken espresso, and I love adding vanilla to it just for funsies, because for some reason I just like the vanilla and brown sugar mix personally. How do you stay so positive about being single? Single for 22 years and worried I'll be single forever. So I've had these feelings. I still have these feelings sometimes too, but it's just about like focusing your attentions elsewhere and on making yourself happy, giving yourself that validation, you know, focusing on your friendships, making yourself happy, like becoming the person that you want to be and achieving your goals, and just having that belief that the timing is just, it's gonna happen when it's the right time and you're gonna meet that person, and to not to like settle for anything less than what feels right to you, and just knowing that it's okay to take your time and it's okay to enjoy your life and not rush things or feel like you have to be on a specific timeline. Like, everyone is on their own timeline and it's so okay, and you shouldn't really compare yourself to anyone else, and just know that like you don't want anyone else's life. Like, your life is going to happen in the best way as long as you stay true to what you actually want and what you actually feel is right for you. So you will find that person, and just know that you are so deserving of everything. You are deserving of all the love just as you are. So don't get down on yourself for that or like compare yourself to other people. It's just a matter of like reminding yourself that and focusing on yourself and being okay alone. And do I want a relationship? Sure. Do I need one? Not at all. Like, if I'm gonna have someone in my life, they're gonna add to my life and they're gonna make me happier. Like, they're gonna add to my life. It's not gonna be something that I need. If it doesn't happen, I'm good. You know, I'm chilling. Do I want it? Yes. Is it okay to want a relationship? Absolutely. But don't get down on yourself for not having one, because you are so amazing. So please don't get down on yourself for that. Who's your favorite character of all time? I feel bad because I haven't fully finished the series yet, but I love Aylin. Probably my favorite character of all time. She's just so badass. That strong female character, but she's also like has so much depth to her, and she like dresses and chocolates, and like I love how Sarah J Maas writes her female characters. It's just so good. Who's your all-time favorite book boyfriend? Oh my god, that's so hard. I feel like maybe Jameson, actually, from the Inheritance Game series. He's like fun-loving, but then he also like challenge, I don't know, actually. One younger brother, which I don't normally go for in books. Like, usually it's like the brooding older brother, but lately like the younger fun brother is like happy and like, you know, kind of vibes like I'm going for, which I'm like, am I maturing? I don't know. But yeah, I love Jameson, and I also love Rysand. I just love like the sarcastic, funny. I really can't explain it. Maybe also Aaron Warner is up there too. But I'm gonna say maybe Rysand. I'm gonna say him. Winter or summer? I am a fall girly. Love the fall. But if I have to choose between winter or summer, okay, I do love Christmas, but I don't like winter. I'm gonna go summer, but I also, when I get too hot, I get angry. Like, I don't love the heat, but I love the idea of summer. I love the things of summer. I'm gonna go with summer, but in my heart of hearts, I would say I'm a fall girly. And I think those were all the questions. So thank you guys so much for sending me your questions. I love you all so much, and I love making content, and I'm so glad that I have this channel and have this creative outlet. I just freaking love you guys, and I hope you're having the best days ever, and I hope you have the sweetest dreams ever tonight. I just hope you give yourself some love tonight. That sounded and I just hope you fall so in love with yourself, and I just hope you're being nice to yourself, and I hope you fall in love with your life, even the little things and the little daily things, just finding the beautiful moments in the everyday. I love you. Happy reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this whole video, I freaking love you, and I wish I could give you the biggest, squishiest hug, because you're awesome and I love you. And I just love making content so much. It's been so fun, and you have no idea like how much this has like helped me. I'm like gushing right now, but I just love you so much, and I love this so much. I wanted to just say a big thank you, and I wish I could give you the biggest, squishiest hug right now. Love ya, and I'll catch you next time.